Westwind Trading Company was one of the largest trading companies to ever exist in the Tradelands community. Possessing over 300 members at its peak, without the help of any other group, Westwind Trading Company was unquestionably intimidating. Westwind spent its days harassing smaller companies, and for most of its existence was plagued by infighting amongst internal factions that either supported or disapproved of the warlike nature of the group. This eventually led to its downfall, as a large coalition formed by different opposing groups, each with their own anti-Westwind grievances, initiated a unified war against Westwind. However, what really did the group in was the ability of other groups to pry at and influence some of the Westwind officers into abandoning Westwind and forming their own groups. Corvicus, who managed the group from afar and was often not as present as some of the other leaders, like Pat-09, was overall incompetent and served the role of figurehead better than the role of owner. Pat-09 understood this, and as time passed, he grew more impatient with the leadership style of Corvicus, longing for his own group. Another Westwind officer named Red Panda, who had already left the group once in the past just to rejoin it a few days later, also sought to create his own group, separate from Westwind. These dreams would eventually be realized for both Pat-09 and Red Panda. Pat-09 would found his own group named the Valkyrie Trading Association, and Red Panda would found his own as well, called the Royal Tide Company. Both of these groups were reactions to the incompetent leadership of Corvicus, and both began to grow rapidly almost immediately after their creation. Propaganda was spread around the community as well, painting Westwind as an aggressor, accusing them of harassment and rumor spreading, and more. A member from the Northern Mercantile Coalition named Mechanical Master went as far as to paint Pat-09 as a Nazi, albeit falsely, by telling members of the community that Pat-09 used his members in Westwind Trading Company to raid another smaller group a few months before, named the Swords of Fortune. It eventually came out that Mechanical Master had lied about this, and that he had lied about multiple other things too. Mechanical Master, who goes by Ooga Booga in-game, is a younger member of the community known for his manipulation and lies with the intention of causing drama and chaos. This member is uplifted by the Northern Mercantile Coalition, who tolerate his presence because his drama often benefits them. One such example is when the Northern Mercantile Coalition immediately started referring to groups that it was raided by as the New Westwind, a term coined by one of the Northern Mercantile Coalition Highcom named King Nubius. All in all, the Northern Mercantile Coalition was quick to replace the Westwind Trading Company, going so far as to match the level of toxicity previously displayed by members of Westwind, and sometimes even going beyond. It didn't help that many of the old members of Westwind who joined the Royal Tide Company also joined the Northern Mercantile Coalition, bringing their petty drama and old grievances with them. Nubius welcomed them with open arms and encouraged their toxicity towards other groups in-game. One Northern Mercantile Coalition named Freezy even got mad at another member of the community for calling him a pedophile as a joke, going as far as to get Red Panda to ban 5 people from his server and filing a Tradelands support report, albeit with no actual response from the moderators. Despite the support of the Northern Mercantile Coalition against Westwind, they were quick to replace the group in terms of toxicity and pettiness towards other members of the community. The Royal Tide Company, who following their secession from Westwind immediately allied with NMC, has even expressed concerns about the behavior of NMC and some of their members. Totali Party, for example, built a reputation for being toxic, often wagering doubloons in fights against other people, just to lose and blame it on his poor ping. Because of this, and much more, the reputation of the Royal Tide Company started to worsen as well. Thankfully, Red Panda cracked down on this behavior, and through the power of diplomacy, managed to keep his group's reputation afloat in the eyes of others. Another group by the name of the Continental Navy, owned by American Shipman, entered into the Triple Alliance with the Royal Tide Company and NMC. These three groups together made an effort to tackle piracy, particularly a Blackwind-focused coalition of the Scurvy Scallywags, the Mizonian Order, and Windrock Navy, three other groups that contributed significantly to the destruction of Westwind in the past. The fall of Westwind paved the way for these two coalitions to clash. Three Blackwind pirate crews against three trading companies, inspired mostly by the toxicity of the Northern Mercantile Coalition, who aggravated the members of the Scurvy Scallywags by uploading a misleading video to YouTube of them sinking an unmarked stiletto, falsely claiming it to be a ship of the Scurvy Scallywags in an attempt to embarrass them. This situation was made worse by the incompetency of another Northern Mercantile Coalition HICOM named Rotary Brother, who claimed that because he did not order his men to upload the video, it was not his responsibility. This earned Rotary Brother the nickname of Clanker, as it was theorized his incompetency was a result of the fact that he was a programmed robot made to run the Northern Mercantile Coalition in place of an absent, competent human being. This conflict rivals the size of the Brickman's War at the end of last year and has the potential to dictate the future of the Tradeland's unofficial world in 2026 and beyond.